Thank you very much. I would like to thank Andreas for inviting us here today. I would like to also thank the other esteemed speakers and all of you for being here. It's a pleasure to present to one of the most dynamic sectors of the Cyprus economy, and I'm going to give you some brief introduction on what we are doing as Invest Cyprus, what the role is of the agency, and I'm sure some of you already know a lot of stuff, but I ask for your patience for those you know, so that people that don't really exactly know what we are doing, they can get some more information. It's very challenging to follow a presentation after Microsoft, and I do hope that these digital twins or digital selves will happen soon, because it will help a lot our job in promoting Cyprus overseas. We are only a small people, so we can use our digital selves to promote further. So, moving forward. Yes. Invest Cyprus is the national investment organization of the Republic of Cyprus. We do have a threefold mandate, which has to do with promotion, facilitation, and advocacy. These are the main, let's say, pillars of our mandate, and each and everyone has its own importance. We do events in Cyprus, but also in key cities across the globe. In strategic markets and in sectors which we have priorities, like the technology and the fintech sector. Now, what are the economic sectors which basically drive the Cyprus economy? Just for you to know, we have several sectors that are moving forward. Surely the ICT, tech, fintech, innovation, R&D, and startups is the leading sector at this present time, and for the first time, the sector has passed, the economic impact of the sector has passed tourism, financial services, and real estate. The latest analysis on the impact, the economic impact of the ICT sector to the economy of Cyprus is estimated to be in the range of 3 billion euros, and with thousands of jobs in the specific sector. And I will elaborate further on that. Further than the ICT tech, we have the investment funds and asset management. We have the shipping industry. As you know, Limassol is a major shipping city, and Cyprus is among the leaders in Europe and globally as far as shipping and shipping-related activities. Tourism and hospitality is also a very important sector, and we are seeing investments continuously also coming into Cyprus in this sector. Same goes for higher education. Over the last 2 years, we have seen major investments and universities moving into Cyprus, and in partnership also, in some cases, with the local and existing universities. Oil and gas, renewable energy is also progressing more on the renewables because of the SDGs and the environment. So we are seeing investments in that sector as well. Now, why Cyprus? In a nutshell, most of you know the advantages of doing business in Cyprus. The talent, it's a very challenging subject for the technology industry. We are taking steps to try to help companies in having talent available in Cyprus. That's why we also initiated since 2019 the tech professions that can be, let's say, available to non-EU employees to be able to work in Cyprus with a fast track under the business facilitation unit of the Ministry of Energy, which Invest Cyprus collaborates fully with. I think you are all familiar with the high quality lifestyle, low cost of doing business compared to other major EU cities, reliable business support services, the positive economic outlook, and the access to markets, including the excellent regulatory structure. Now, these are very important statistics because they prove that what the government has done over the last years and is continuing basically to do and giving attention to foreign investment have enabled us to have a positive economic growth. Of course, 2020 was negative because of COVID, but if you see 2021, Cyprus at 6.6, higher than the EU average. 2022, GDP 5.6, while the EU average was 3.7, and 2023 close to 3%, and unemployment rate basically going down. Also the public debt. Sorry. Yeah. Now, another important slide, it shows basically the double tax treaties that we have with other countries. These are very important for foreign investors. And the fact that we are also a full member of the Eurozone and the European Union, but also a full member of the British Commonwealth, two very important country groups, give us a lot of, let's say, access to important matters that we can put forward in order to help foreign direct investment. It's also very important to say that our proximity to the Middle East and North Africa region is very, let's say, important in investments. For example, Tel Aviv in Israel is just 40 minutes flight, Cairo, Egypt, almost an hour, Beirut from Larnaca Airport, 25 minutes, and also excellent relations with the countries in the Gulf area, the GCC countries. These are very important in addition to the investments that we get from other countries in the European Union, but also USA, which has basically, over the last 3 years, we have seen a lot of investments coming from the US, and we're going to see more coming from the US, so for the energy, but also for the technology industry. Sorry for that. Moving forward, the access to talent. Basically, the government over the last 3 years has given a lot of incentives for non-EU employees, and as I mentioned before, the Business Facilitation Unit, together with Invest Cyprus and all the ministries, are working further enhancing these incentives. Tech companies can now employ from any country, non-EU country, with a fast-track procedure. Up to 4 weeks, the employment permit can be given to these employees, so that companies that are interested to set up in Cyprus can use this facilitation unit to move forward. And we have examples where international companies, from the time they decided to move into Cyprus, within 2 months they had the company registered, the first people already in the office, and they are ready to go. Now, this is a slide which shows the population scales. As you can see, 58% of the Cyprus population is aged between 30 and 34 and has a tertiary education degree well above the EU average. We have quite good universities in Cyprus, in addition to the ones that invested here and the partnerships. And there is talent that is coming from the Cyprus universities, but also the ability and the provision to bring new talent once you cannot find it here makes it easier for companies to operate. The tax system, I won't say too much about that. What the government has done over the last 3 years is to offer incentives, not just for the corporates, but also for the individuals. A very important incentive for new domiciled employees, the tax exemption of 50%, which applies for a minimum income of 55,000 euros for a period of 17 years. And of course, all the important tax incentives, starting from the 12.5% corporate tax. Low cost of doing business, it's across the board, basically a low cost for the business services, cost of living, now depends on which city you live, of course, and it's relative, and also the labor cost. The excellent regulatory infrastructure, the legal system is based on the British common law. It's one of the most reliable worldwide. Compliance with the EU and international laws and regulations, transparency and reliability in business practices, and strong protection for investment and intellectual property regime. Is very good to highlight here that the IP regime is one of the most attractive regimes worldwide. High quality of life, I think everybody in Limassol can witness to that. And just some statistics, top 5th safest country in the world by value penguin, safest country for young people by The Guardian, best island economy, lifestyle, and human capital by FDI Intelligence, the most blue flag beaches per capita in the EU by Eurostat, and 21st out of 169 healthiest country in the world by Bloomberg Healthiest Country Index. Now, what are the sectors that we are looking as Invest Cyprus to further grow the economy? At the present time, we have the International Business Center and creating a very reputable hub, especially on the technology sector. A lot of effort goes from our organization and investment in the tech sector. This will remain, and it will be for the strategy for the next 5 years, which is aligned to Vision 2035 of the government. The second pillar is foreign direct investments into strategic projects, whether it's greenfield or brownfield, in hospitality, tourism, healthcare, education, and renewable energy. We do have a database. We maintain a database at Invest Cyprus of projects open to investment, and we'd be more than glad to share with the investors these projects. And the third and also very important pillar is promoting Cyprus as a jurisdiction for the domiciliation, registration of investment funds and asset managers. Over the last 10 years, the assets under management in Cyprus have increased significantly, also the investment firms and the asset managers. We are expecting a new regulation on the fund administration business, the so-called fund administration law, which will give a new boost to the sector, and we believe that it will further grow. Now, on the technology space, I think you are more familiar with some of the logos here on the slide. Some companies moving to Cyprus the last 2 years, I would say. And I would like to highlight 2 examples here. The example of MUFG, Mitsubishi Bank conglomerate, and also the Murex, the French multinational company producing software for the big banks like HSBC, Barclays, and others. These 2 companies basically have benchmarked Cyprus, and you know the decision to move to Cyprus or to any jurisdiction is not easy. These international companies, usually they have a list of jurisdictions and they use consultants to advise them which jurisdiction offers the most benefits for them to decide. In both cases, Cyprus was scrutinized and was put in the benchmarking along with other jurisdictions, and very important jurisdictions. And we are pleased to see that after this benchmarking, Cyprus scored #1 in both cases, and that's why these multinational companies moved into Cyprus. Of course, there are other big companies that moved in, but I'm giving you these 2 examples because these are leaders in their field and top employers worldwide. Some of these companies are actually expanding at this present time, and if we add up the jobs that are needed presently in the market, I would say from our experience, it would be more than 1,000 jobs needed just for the sector in Cyprus at this present time. And we talk to these companies and we try to help them with their recruiting needs. This shows the importance and the development of the sector. Now, I won't spend too much time on that. I think we have the regulators for the financial services. Central Bank is for the banks. Cyprus Securities and Exchange Commission is for the investment firms, investment funds, and anything related to non-banking financial services. We are seeing a very much important interest from fintech companies internationally, and we are talking to some of the leading ones actually, and there's going to be some announcements coming up. We are pleased to say that we're going to see more fintechs coming into Cyprus, and this will help also the cluster and Cyprus to develop further. Digital finance and e-payments, EMIs, are also increasing, and there is a lot of interest. The central bank is trying to accommodate requests which have been there for some time in order to polish, the procedures so that licenses can be given with a faster rate, and so does CySec for the funds. This is the present situation: 250 fintech companies, 22 authorized electronic money institutions, and 11 authorized payment institutions. And as I said, it's growing across the board. Now, what we can see here from what FDI Intelligence, which belongs to the Financial Times Group, has announced about Cyprus based on their statistics and numbers and analysis. Cyprus is ranked 18th worldwide in the 2021 Greenfield FDI Performance Index, and it went up 50 places. And on the post-COVID recovery, foreign direct investment, Cyprus is among the top 10 countries, actually is number 3 worldwide in post-pandemic recovery. And I'm pleased to say that the tech sector, the fintech sector, has a contribution on these figures, because most of the investment that came into Cyprus, foreign direct investment, was mostly in the technology, fintech, or tech-related sector. Here you can see the economic impact year to year, 41% increase. 2022, jobs created 42% on year-to-year increase, with 47 international ICT companies setting presence in Cyprus. This is huge for a small country like Cyprus. The innovation scoreboard for 2022, as you can see, Cyprus is number 10, and it's progressing all the way. Hopefully, for the next one, we'll have a better position, but definitely we are on the top 10 innovators in Europe. The incentives package that was given to companies and their staff, you can see it here. It's a complete package, revised immigration policy for international business, family reunification, employment of family members, digital nomad visa, the startup visa, and several social insurance agreements which are fruitful for the employees. The long-term vision of the government of Cyprus, of the Republic, is the so-called Vision 2035. It's a practical, basically, study which has many actions which we are following, and as Invest Cyprus, we are fully aligned with the Vision 2035 to make Cyprus to be one of the world's best countries to live, work, and do business in. I have a short film now, having some experts working in Cyprus from overseas, just to...
My name is Johnny Khouri, and I'm a solution architect at an international technology company.
Hi, I'm Yuval Carmel. I'm working as a general manager It's a technology company, mostly Cypriot-based.
My name is Carob, and I'm a regional people partner for West Europe.
I'm Daria Rachuk. I'm business development manager at the biggest international gaming company here in Cyprus.
I feel like Cyprus is a great place to live and work in general. The fact that the tech industry is now becoming so alive and so present, of course, makes it better, right? Tech people are able to mingle, are able to meet, they're able to create a community, they're able to move around, obviously, and grow within the industry. Cannot think of a better place. I think it's one of the best places in Europe, to be honest.
The tech industry is growing, and I think there's a lot of software companies that are in the process of relocating or that are already well established in Cyprus. So, this is important for talented professionals because they can find opportunities quite easily and they can grow professionally. The incentives that are also offered by the Cypriot governments are key, both for companies but also for employees.
Regarding the workforce in Cyprus in general, the level itself is amazing. Like, we have a lot of engineers that are really, really good. I'm talking about globally good. They compete with people in Israel, they compete with people in Netherlands. I can measure the quality. And here we have seriously very good engineers. Slowly create enough buzz to bring more and create more work opportunities for people here in Cyprus.
It's just an amazing place to be when you want to brainstorm any new ideas or just to collaborate with different professionals. We do hire locals, we do relocate people from other places. It doesn't really matter for us where this person from. So if you're a good professional, if you're aiming for the great results, the doors will be open for you here. It's a very nice work-life balance. So you can get work done 1 minute and then other minute you can go to the beach and have a relaxing evening there.
It's very easy to adjust to Cyprus. You make here friends very fast. People are very nice and easygoing. I believe Cyprus is doing something right because I see the attraction and I see a future here. For me, for other employees here.
I've managed to play football twice a week. This is nice. At least once per week, I go out with my wife and friends, for dinner, some drinks.
It's a very easygoing place. You can really have your life. Whatever your lifestyle is, however you are, you're going to find a place in Cyprus. You can make Cyprus your home. I learned to live slowly and taste every minute.
Thank you very much, and I remain open to your suggestions. And Invest Cyprus, I would like you to think as the foreign investors house that we are there to help you or your clients. Thank you very much.